Have you ever wondered about the secret lives of turtles? From the massive leatherbacks crossing entire oceans to the small painted turtles basking on a log, their journey to create new life is an incredible story of survival, instinct, and endurance. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of turtle reproduction. We'll explore how they find a mate, the epic journeys they undertake to lay their eggs, and the perilous start their hatchlings face. This is a story that has been unfolding for millions of years. So let's get started. First, let's talk about telling male and female turtles apart. It's not always obvious, but there are clues. In many species, males have longer, thicker tails than females. The cloaca, which is their all-purpose opening for waste and reproduction, is positioned further down the tail in males. Some male turtles, like sliders, have impressively long front claws, which they use in their courtship dances, and sometimes, the shape of the bottom shell, the plastron, gives it away. Males often have a concave or curved-in plastron, which helps them fit securely over the female's domed top shell, or carapace. During mating, when it comes to reproduction, timing is everything. Turtles don't just mate whenever they feel like it. Their reproductive cycles are tuned to the seasons, triggered by environmental cues like changing day length, rainfall, and, most importantly, temperature. For many species living in temperate climates, the breeding season kicks off in the spring as the weather warms up. After a long winter hibernation, their hormones surge, and their focus shifts to finding a partner. In tropical regions, breeding might be linked to the rainy season, when food is more abundant and nesting conditions are ideal. This ensures that the eggs are laid and hatch when the environment gives the young ones the best possible chance of survival. Now, for the romantic part, courtship. Turtle romance might not look like what we're used to, but it's just as complex. Males often have to work hard to win over a female. A male painted turtle, for example, will swim up to a female and flutter his long front claws against her head and neck. It's a delicate, vibrating dance. Other species use different moves. Some males will bob their heads rhythmically, while others might nip or gently bite the female's shell and legs. Scent also plays a huge role. Turtles can release chemical signals called pheromones from glands in their skin, communicating their readiness to mate. The female gets to be choosy. If she's not impressed with his dance moves or his scent, she simply swim away, and he'll have to try his luck with someone else. Mating itself can happen in the water or on land, depending on the species. For aquatic turtles, it's a watery ballet. The male will climb onto the female's back, using his claws to hold on tight. For land tortoises, the process is a bit more cumbersome, and males are often very vocal, making loud grunts and groans. One of the most amazing things about female turtles is their ability to store sperm. After mating, a female can hold on to the male's sperm for months, or even years, fertilizing her eggs long after the encounter. This is a fantastic evolutionary strategy, meaning she doesn't need to find a mate every single time she needs to lay a clutch of eggs. This ability, combined with some females mating with multiple males, helps ensure high genetic diversity in her offspring. After a successful courtship and mating, the female's journey is far from over. In fact, the most demanding part is about to begin. She is now carrying a clutch of fertilized eggs and must find the perfect place to lay them. This is the nesting phase, and it's one of the most vulnerable times in a turtle's life. For sea turtles, this involves an incredible migration. Females, like the green sea turtle, will travel thousands of miles across the open ocean to return to the very same beach where they themselves were born. This phenomenon, known as natal homing, is still a bit of a scientific mystery, but it's thought they use the Earth's magnetic field as a natural GPS. Once she arrives, whether on a sandy ocean beach, a muddy riverbank, or in a forest clearing, the process of nest building begins. The female turtle is incredibly particular about her nest site. She needs the right kind of substrates and/or soil, that's not too loose and not too compact. It needs to be safe from flooding and have the right temperature. She uses her powerful hind flippers as shovels, alternating one after the other to dig a perfectly shaped, flask-like chamber. This can take hours, and it's exhausting work. She often does this under the cover of darkness to avoid predators and the heat of the day. Inside this carefully constructed nest, she will lay her eggs, which can range from just a few to over 100, depending on the species. The eggs are typically soft and leathery, unlike a bird's hard-shelled egg. After she's laid the last egg, her job isn't done. She then uses her hind flippers again, this time to carefully push the sand or soil back into the hole, covering her precious clutch. She will spend a great deal of time camouflaging the nest, patting down the sand and flinging it around to hide any trace of her activity. It's a crucial final step to protect her future offspring from predators like raccoons, foxes, and birds who would love to dig up a tasty meal. Once the nest is hidden, her maternal duties are complete. She will turn around and head back to the water or her home territory, never to see her young. The eggs and the hatchlings are on their own. The fate of the eggs now lies in the hands of the environment, particularly the temperature of the sand. For most turtle species, something remarkable happens during incubation. The temperature of the nest determines the sex of the hatchlings. This is called temperature-dependent sex determination. Generally, warmer nests produce more females, while cooler nests produce more males. There's usually a pivotal temperature range that results in a mix of both. This means that climate change and rising global temperatures could have a serious impact, potentially skewing sex ratios and threatening the future of turtle populations by creating a shortage of one sex. After weeks or months of incubation, the tiny fully formed turtles are ready to emerge. Using a special egg tooth on the tip of their snout, they pip, or break, their way out of the shell. But they don't emerge from the nest right away. The hatchlings often wait for their siblings to hatch too. This is a strategy of survival in numbers. They coordinate their emergence, usually at night, when temperatures are cooler and there are fewer predators. In a burst of activity, they boil out of the sand together and begin a frantic dash for the safety of the water. For sea turtle hatchlings, this is one of the most dangerous moments of their lives. They are guided by the natural light of the moon and stars, reflecting off the ocean's surface. Artificial lights from buildings and streets can disorient them, leading them inland instead of toward the sea, often with fatal consequences. This mad dash is a race against time and a gauntlet of predators. Crabs, gulls, and raccoons lie in wait. Once in the water, fish and other marine predators continue the assault. The odds are stacked against them. Only an estimated 1 in 1,000 sea turtle hatchlings will survive to adulthood. Those that do make it will spend their early years in the open ocean, a period often called the lost years because we know so little about it. If they can survive the countless dangers of disease, predators, and human impacts like pollution and fishing nets, they will eventually grow large enough to join the adult population. And years, or even decades later, the females who survive will feel the ancient call to return to the same shores, continuing the timeless cycle of life for the next generation of turtles. From the delicate claw-fluttering courtship to the monumental nesting migrations, the reproductive journey of a turtle is a testament to resilience. These ancient mariners and terrestrial wanderers face incredible challenges to ensure their species continues. By understanding their complex lives and the threats they face, we can do more to protect them and the habitats they depend on. Conservation efforts, like protecting nesting beaches, reducing light pollution, and fighting climate change, are crucial to making sure these incredible animals continue to grace our planet for millions of years to come. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. If you enjoyed this journey, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more amazing stories from the natural world.